Alright, and welcome back to the channel, everybody, and I hope you're doing fine. So, it's been a couple of weeks since I did the last update about Beautiful Light, so today we're gonna cover everything that happened in the last couple of weeks in January. Now, as always, keep in mind, it's a small team that is working on this project. I think it's 12, 14 people or something like that right now. And everything that you will see is development stuff, with early access coming at the end of the year, or maybe early 2025. So just keep this in mind. As always, timestamps in the description if you only want to see certain topics. That's totally fine, because today we're gonna talk about the customization that they want to implement in the game. Also, we have new weapons and new animations. We're gonna talk about a new anomaly, and that's gonna be the Juggernaut. Afterwards, we're gonna have a look at grenades, and also we're gonna talk a little bit more about the extraction zones in the game, and we get a little bit of a sneak peek about the new map. Let's get going. So let's start with the customization, and as you can see, we have Operator and maybe later also Anomaly. You can see that in the top left corner. Of course, you can customize your loadout. You have primary, secondary, a pistol slot, tactical gadgets, offensive items like a grenade. You can buy these loadouts, then your backpack has some stash, and helmet, armor, and radio and everything. There is quite a bit right now. I will show you also the customization about the skins. But first, I just want to show you a few screenshots how this is looking. People will probably ask, will there be other ethnicities, will there be other genders? Yes, at one point you will be able to select it as well, and you will have a male and a female version. And as you can see, there's quite a few things that you can select to customize, and you basically can build your own style. As far as I know, this whole customization thing is purely cosmetic, so honestly, rule of cool is the way to go. And here I also have a little clip for that, how you can jump into the customization. You have a lot of slots, and every slot has like their own couple options from that you can pick. I really like that you can have like a cape, but also you can get like some neckwear, glasses, pants. As you can see, lots of placeholders already. What I like so far is that everything fits the game, so you do not have any pink or violet unicorns and stuff like that. I hope they will keep it that way. For me personally, it's always important that it fits the style of the game and it's not breaking any immersion. Next, I would like to show you a little bit the USP stuff. Now, I have to say, they did a crazy job with that one. This looks almost photorealistic. I'm really impressed by that one. They gave us a couple angles here. I think this one is the 45. I think you can see it somewhere. Yeah, you can see it also there on the mag at the side. They also shared a few more attachments, so you will have optics that you can put on your guns. And again, I mean, we know some of these already from other games, like for example, here's the Spectre. And I like this. They are... I think we also have an ACOG coming up next year. There's also an ACOG. Dude, this is looking really good. And there's also a little QR code there. Let's see if that one works for you guys. And I have really high hopes for this, honestly, because the level of detail is fascinating for this stuff. They also added space locomotions to the game, and what that means is that you have like the inspect animation on top of the walking animation, and it is in sync, so it all looks a little bit more fluent. And I have to say, the animations in this game so far look pretty nice. Now, as always, everything is work in progress, so I show you a couple more, like inspect and other stuff, and reload. You can see already, this is just a development playground. They also added that you can reload now while ADS, which I think is pretty cool. The next thing that I like is that they're working on panic reloads. So what this means is, should an anomaly stress out your character, you might fumble your reloads. And now you're probably, yeah, these anomalies, they can't be that scary. Yeah, let's talk about the Juggernaut, shall we? And here it is. So, yeah, dude, I don't know from which gate of hell that thing crawled out, but, dude, this is really freaky. You can see how a human basically transformed into this. You still have, like, the face, the mouth, and the teeth grew out of the skull, and it's just, this is like... I mean, there's other details on that model that are rather special. But this, chasing you in the woods or in pitch black darkness, yeah, this is gonna be, yeah, maybe I played enough for today. Of course, we have to wait how that whole thing looks at the end, especially with colors added and what the abilities are. But I assume this is gonna be a very agile, a very fast anomaly. Maybe not super tanky, but I think this buddy right here will definitely give you a few jump scares. Just look how the hands morph to whatever that is. But I would say this is A+ work. Next, we're gonna talk about grenades, and they shared a little bit of footage how they test them. And I have to say, I really like how the shockwave looks. The initial flash might be a little bright, but you can see the debris flying around, you can see the shockwave. This is something that I think I was criticizing in the early playtests that we had, that the shrapnel is not really hitting any surfaces. Which is fine, don't get me wrong, nothing is perfect when you have like still a year or two of development ahead of you. So what I'm seeing right here, honestly, really nice. I don't know how the grenades will work in game. If it's just gonna be a radius, if you're too close, you take a lot of damage. If you are at the border, you take only very little damage. Or if there will be actual fragments that fly, and it's a little bit RNG than when you're standing further away, because you can see shrapnel actually hitting the walls and stuff like that. We also have a clip, I think, from outside. Yeah, so here you see the explosions on the ground, on the trees. What I wish they would add is that everything moves, because, well, there is a shockwave to that, and little branches should move. I don't know if they can add that, but for now I have to say this is going in a good direction. Like, you know, visually speaking, we have to see how the balance will look at the end. Next, we're gonna talk about exfiltrations. This is something that I did not really enjoy in the playtest. You had only one extraction. So people were already waiting there for you, not actually playing the objective and intercepting you. So what they plan is the extraction at the end is gonna be random, and any point of interest can turn into an extraction. So once you get the artifact, you are able to call in one of these choppers. Then you have to go to the location, you defend that, and then you extract with this. I showed that already in one of my past Beautiful Light videos, but I think it looks so freaking awesome that I would like to share it with you guys once more. Now, the question is, I don't know if they will add something that lets you maybe put up defenses or something like that. And I wish you could also close the doors here. That is probably planned. Yeah, dude. And then you just fly over the map, spit on all the losers that were too slow. I mean, then you scream, obviously, GG, and you fly away and profit. And then I also would like to talk about the new map that they're working on. As you can see, this is super early development, but this is something that is really important for these types of games. Be it Escape from Tarkov, be it Hunt Showdown, be it Marauders, be it The Cycle, rest in peace. You need a lot of maps. Maps is probably one of the most difficult things to do right and to produce, because it takes a lot of time. That's just the nature of creating new maps. But they are so important because, well, you add a new enemy after a week. I know how the enemy works and it's easy peasy. A new map though, after weeks and months, you probably still find new angles and new stuff. So if we have a look at this, so this might be some sort of harbor or like a repair bay for ships that is now basically your abandoned battlefield. In terms of verticality, maybe you can be here on the cliff in the rocks and then snipe over the whole region. So I really like that they add a lot of buildings, because otherwise if there's too much open space, it will be difficult to move. Now, obviously, still a long way to go, lots of stuff is missing, but just having, you know, at the horizon, the promise of a second map is already thumbs up. For example, in Hunt Showdown, it takes around 9 months to create a completely new map, maybe even 10. So I hope that once this game hits early access, that we have at least 3 maps. That would be the dream. Maybe do it like Tarkov, have the maps at the beginning a little bit smaller and then just do expansions for them. Another thing that I absolutely like, at first glance obviously, there seem to be not a lot of choke points. I don't know how this right here will play out when you have multiple story buildings. People might just shoot you from the windows. And as you can see, there's a lot of windows. So maybe just sitting in the window will be a very rewarding way to play, which I'm not a huge fan, but we will have to see. At least it doesn't have a lot of choke points. So moving across the map, you can do this in multiple ways, which I think is really good. I hate it, for example, maybe you played Tarkov back in the days where we did not have the customs expansion and stuff like that. Yeah, it was not great. There were just a few locations where you knew somebody is always waiting for you. Okay, that's it with today with the update about Beautiful Light. So far it looks very promising. The game will most likely success or fail, in my opinion, how good they can implement these anomalies. The anomalies will be the unique selling point for this game, in my opinion, and spice it up massively. We saw already now the Shaitan, we also saw the Juggernaut, and I think they will add a couple more. I don't even know the abilities of them yet, but 4 to 5 to start with would be great. Now, how this all will work out with respawns then and the PvP and what's in for the Anomaly players, right? Do they get some loot too? Do they get something the moment everybody is dead and the artifact did not extract? How will that work? We don't know yet. But I can't wait to keep you guys in the loop about this game. Now, we will wait February and maybe a little bit into March, and then we're gonna do our next update video. Maybe at the end of Q1. Depends. Maybe they have a banger news pretty soon, and then I'll make an extra video, which is cool. So high hopes for this game. Sadly, 1 or 2 years to go until we have something for regular content. All right, and with that, let's roll the outro. And yeah, that's it for today. I hope you enjoyed this. If you like more of these videos, let me know in the comment section below. Also, maybe, you know, the regular YouTuber begging for likes and subscriptions. If you want to see more updates or just generally want to be kept in the loop about Beautiful Light, consider liking and subscribing the video. Much appreciated. Then, big shout out to my patrons. Thank you very much for supporting me over on Patreon. You guys are, as always, the best. Thank you for watching. Can't wait for the next update video and hopefully a playtest very, very soon. See you in the next one. Until then, have a good day and bye-bye.